Good evening. Tonight, we bring you a story that's unfolding in real time. One that's quietly changing the face of American industry and the lives of millions of workers across the country. We're diving into what can only be described as an economic horror story. America's most iconic companies, the giants that built our towns and cities, are quietly moving their operations, factories and jobs overseas. And it's not because of a looming recession or global crisis. Instead, this is the result of a self-inflicted policy wound, a decision made right here at home that's having ripple effects far beyond Washington. The trade war and its massive tariffs were sold to the public as a way to bring jobs back to American soil, to revive our manufacturing heartland and protect our workers. But instead of a renaissance, we're witnessing a corporate exodus. Companies are fleeing, not just to cut costs, but to survive in a new, harsher economic reality created by these very policies. This isn't some distant hypothetical scenario, it's happening right now in real communities, with real families feeling the impact. The consequences are profound, reshaping the American economy in ways we're only beginning to understand. So tonight, we'll take a closer look at which companies are leaving, why they're making these choices, and what it all means for the future of American workers, businesses, and the nation as a whole. Walmart, the undisputed king of low prices and the go-to destination for millions of American families, suddenly found itself in the crosshairs when tariffs on Chinese goods hit the market. Overnight, the company's business model, built on sourcing affordable products from China, was threatened. The shelves that once overflowed with bargains now faced a new reality. Billions of dollars worth of products, from electronics to clothing, suddenly cost more. Shoppers felt the pinch as prices crept up, and Walmart's promise of everyday low prices was put to the test. Walmart's response was swift and strategic. The retail giant scrambled to find new suppliers, turning to countries like Vietnam, India, and other emerging markets across Southeast Asia, searching for alternatives to keep costs down and shelves stocked. This meant redrawing their global supply map, shifting trade routes away from China in a complex game of international logistics, all to dodge the new tariffs and maintain their competitive edge. Ironically, the policy designed to punish China didn't bring manufacturing jobs back to the US. Instead, it simply rerouted Walmart's vast supply chain, while American shoppers faced higher prices and US factories remained quiet. Walmart's survival instinct sent them searching for suppliers anywhere but the US, as executives doubled down on global sourcing to protect their bottom line and keep stores running. The end result? American consumers are left paying more at the register, while the hoped-for return of American jobs remains just out of reach. GM, once the symbol of American industry, faced soaring costs from steel and aluminum tariffs, about $1 billion extra. To cope, they closed factories in Ohio, Maryland, and Michigan, devastating communities the tariffs were supposed to help. The policy meant to protect American manufacturing ended up shutting down American plants. GM's restructuring was a direct response to the financial pressure of tariffs. The cure proved worse than the disease. Harley-Davidson, an American icon known for its roaring engines and rebellious spirit, suddenly found itself at the center of a global trade dispute. In 2018, Europe slapped retaliatory tariffs on American motorcycles. Harley's duties skyrocketed from just 6% to a staggering 31%. This wasn't just a minor price hike, it was a seismic shift for the company's business in Europe, one of its most important international markets. Overnight, Harley-Davidson bikes in Europe became thousands of dollars more expensive. Loyal fans and new customers alike were suddenly faced with sticker shock, threatening to stall sales and shrink Harley's presence in a region where the brand had worked hard to build its reputation. Harley's controversial solution? Shift production of European-bound motorcycles to overseas plants, like their factory in Thailand. This move was designed to sidestep the tariffs and keep bikes affordable for European riders, but it also meant a major change in how and where Harleys were made. The backlash at home was immediate and intense. Politicians, workers, and fans accused Harley of abandoning its American roots. Social media erupted with criticism and protests broke out at company facilities. But Harley argued it had no real choice. They were caught in the crossfire of a trade war they didn't start. A brand built on the promise of American freedom and craftsmanship was now forced to offshore jobs just to survive. The move was painful for workers and fans alike, and it marked a turning point in Harley's long history. In the end, the policy meant to project American strength ended up exporting American jobs, leaving many to wonder if the cost of this trade war was simply too high. Nike saw the risks early and began shifting production out of China, investing in Vietnam and other countries. When tariffs hit, Nike accelerated its move. Already prepared, they avoided panic and kept costs down. The trade war didn't start Nike's migration, but it sped it up. Instead of bringing jobs to the US, the policy just moved them from China to elsewhere in Asia. Global capital always finds the path of least resistance, and tariffs just change the route. Caterpillar, the backbone of American construction, was hammered by tariffs on steel and by foreign retaliation. Their costs soared by hundreds of millions, while exports became less competitive due to retaliatory tariffs. Caterpillar had to raise prices and consider restructuring, often code for moving jobs abroad. The very industries tariffs aimed to help were hurt instead. Tariffs squeezed profits and forced tough choices. The result: fewer American jobs, more uncertainty. Tesla, the face of American innovation, was hit by tariffs on parts and by China's retaliation on US-made cars. Elon Musk's solution? Build a massive gigafactory in Shanghai, bypassing tariffs entirely. Tesla's global strategy shifted. Future growth would happen overseas, not just in California. The policy meant to boost American manufacturing pushed Tesla to invest billions abroad. It wasn't just an exodus, it was escape velocity. The future of American industry is being built elsewhere. From Walmart to Tesla, the story is clear. Tariffs meant to protect American jobs have pushed companies and factories overseas. The real cost is felt in lost jobs, shuttered plants, and higher prices for everyone. We were promised a manufacturing renaissance. Instead, we got a lesson in unintended consequences. Economic policies have real, far-reaching effects, often the opposite of what's promised. Thanks for watching. For more real stories behind the headlines, like and subscribe.